until I went to him, until I saw in the building, and then I was like, wait, maybe I should pay this guy some mind. And I told him, from within the board, my seat got targeted because I started to also raise the flag as, what is going on in this building? My seat was targeted in this room, in fact, that I should stay away from this. And then there's other energies of pushing to prevent open discussion and transparency. So that concerns me. Now, due to those pressures, it was under my advice that I informed them, here's the thing, everything that you're coming and saying is pretty much like hearsay, right? So I can understand where people will say, we don't know, this is some guy on the mic. Get the information. Well, how do I do that? You foil the information. And in fact, that is what he and Phil Zablocki, who is the director of Advocates for Equality and Integrity, began to do. And do that they did. There are many foils that have been issued to this date. They have been submitted to me. There's an entire list, and that is how they got the copy of the license. The license seems to not state that the Armory Foundation is allowed, in fact, to lease any space in that building, to lease to any entity. So in fact, if GDS, the Armory Foundation, and PIL are the only licensees of the Department of Homeless Services, then what is happening with everyone else in the building is the question that I have.
Well, part of the license agreement that we have is that sublease licensees are allowed within it. So that's something that DHS is aware of and approves of.
So is that on record in the license? Because I honestly, we had an attorney review it. He doesn't seem to see that either.
No. Okay, so I'm not an attorney, so I can't answer that question directly, but I'm certainly happy to think about that.
So,
Can I just say that question was asked?
I'm sorry, in other words, please ask, be recognized. So I'm gonna go to my committee member.
Yeah,
Bianca,
so
sorry.
I'm also concerned with this issue, and what we need is extreme clarity on what authority the Armory Foundation has in that building and what DHS does to make sure, as a steward of public land, as you put it, to make sure that they are not overstepping their authority. I think that is one of the major concerns that have been brought up for the past 3 or 4 months. I don't know if you can speak to that right now, but anything you can say either in another housing meeting or through email would be greatly appreciated.
Sure. You certainly can respond to that.
I'm going to add to that. So I've been working in this neighborhood since 1986. I know I don't look quite that old, but I am that old, and I've been working in my current job at Arc Fort Washington for 19 years. And one of our other senior service providers in this community is Isabella Geriatric Center. And they have a Walking Works Wonders program meant to help seniors maintain physical ability, and so they walk. And they were walking in the Armory for several years at a minimal price. And all of a sudden, the Armory Foundation raised that price to a point that Isabella couldn't afford it. So Isabella's not a small entity, and they were willing to pay a decent price, but not $8,000 or $9,000 for walking around an existing track.
And if I may clarify for the record, that raise was from $5,000 to $15,000. And
Could I,
yeah,
go ahead.
the director of the Isabella Geriatric Center is actually a member of our board. When the question was posed, and I want to be clear that this has not been comfortable for me specifically because we have 2 board members that are attached to the Armory Foundation. One who has done amazing work in our community for an extended amount of time, way before I came to do this work, who I respect. She's on the board of the Armory Foundation. Another person who was appointed in the midst of this discussion to the committee that I sat on. And I'm at odds in this conversation where that's concerned because of all the things that I've seen. But in